Hello guys, what is up? Today it is Crosshex on the Arena 13 YouTube channel, and today guys we're just gonna be playing some Overwatch. I know that the first video I did was pretty informative, and I'd like the second video that I do on this channel to be pretty informative as well. So basically let's get started and let me tell you about a couple things that are going down. So Bacon and Ray, the two other people that upload the videos, are going to be playing some Battlefield 1 for you guys, but I figured I would stick on this game because I know it's still popular and I still really enjoy the game as well. So while they're doing that, be ready for a couple of these videos coming out every once in a while. So guys, without further ado, let me talk about something I've been wanting to talk about, and that is Sombra, since we now know a little bit more about Sombra. So about Sombra, we know a couple of things, and if you were paying attention at all to the picture that it shows at the beginning of the video, you'll see the picture of Sombra that I think is a true one. Well, let me just talk about a couple things. So Lumerico, the power company on the Dorado map, it also has a tie-in to Sombra's type of thing. So with that, it basically saying that like she's trying to take down the power company and that you have to hack all this stuff. So what I've gathered from that is that they said that this big update to the power company is happening November 1st. So when I think about November 1st, I'm thinking, okay, that's a pretty good time to come out with a new character. It doesn't have to land on any special day or anything, but November 1st is after BlizzCon. I think that would be a perfect time to release her into full game. So without further ado, that's what I do think that's going to be. So now looking at her pictures of her, which I might put up one, I might not. I'm not sure. It depends on how nice my video editing software is being today. But anyways, so just going over her picture, which you can look at, and I'll post a link to in the description. I will do that. I'll post a link in the description, do a picture of her so you guys can look at her while I talk. But anyways, so what I was saying with that picture though, you can see that she has grenades on the right side of her belt. And on that, you know, you would think that she would have grenades, but honestly, I'm not too sure about that. Because if you look at Reaper has grenades on the side of his belt, and it's pretty prominent in there. But they really don't do much of anything. They're not related to him at all. And, you know, that just makes me think that, she might not be using grenades. But, like I said in the other chat, the other time, I think that she will have some stealth aspect. And with the long gripping claws, so another character that might have them is a couple of those agile characters. They have spiky claws. So let's just say, for instance, that, that does have something to say, the spiky claws. I think that her stealth might have something in common with, I don't know, to where if she is against a wall or something, it is easier for her to be in stealth or something along those lines, or maybe that just is her stealth in a sense. Maybe that is just her stealth, and that's cool as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I just really want to have a stealth-based character, since we yet do not have one. But yeah, that's one thing I think that will be coming soon, is that I do strongly believe that she will be a stealth character in some way, shape, or form. Also, I just kind of want to talk about this Halloween update. So, the Halloween update's pretty sweet. They came out with some new voice lines. And yeah, so they came out with some new voice lines, and those are kind of cool. They also came out with some rip poses, which I also think they are pretty sweet. I'm very in the arms of the angels. Yeah, but anyways, like I was saying, I think they're pretty cool. They also came out with some skins. So I'm just gonna show this one off. It's the Roadhog new skin, and yeah, so that's a pretty cool one. And it also changes basically everything in the game. But that is a cool little skin. So they came out with some skins. Don't have a voice line for this. I think I might have a tag. Yeah, there's the tag. Yeah, anyways, they came out with a couple different things, and I just thought I would just show you them in this video, just to be like, hey, here's some new things. But yeah, so they did come out with some new things, and I mean, I figured you might want to see them. You don't have the game, I know that some of the more popular Overwatch users have been showing them to you, but I just wanted to show you what I got. I don't know. I feel proud. Anyway, so as you can tell, that's one of the characters, but I do feel like we need a Junkrat, but I don't feel like I want to use my alt. Anyways, though, so let's just talk about some of the things that I think Sombra are going to have, because they're just needed in the game for more balanced play in general. I think that she is going to be a pretty decent counter to Mei, and the fact that I think she's going to have a oh, please help me out. Silence, meaning that she cannot use any of her moves. And the reason why this would be such a nice counter for her is because we do not yet have one of these silences. Because if we had a silence that could make it to where you could not use moves as a certain character, Mei would basically almost become pointless in that sense that she would not be able to do anything but shoot her freeze gun and shoot her icicles, which icicles in this gun are pretty important, but you know, having those things are the main reasons why she stays alive so much. So let's just continue to talk about some other things that are pretty important in the world of Overwatch. So the new PTR server had some different updates on there. Basically, some of these updates were basically just nerfing and buffing of certain characters, but they're to a new extent that we're not used to. And so if you don't watch your Overwatch is basically a channel that posts things about these, and I was watching their video because I do other people's videos, but the PTR came out with new updates, making D.Va have 600 HP instead of 500, and having different just nerfs and buffs in general. And you know, I thought that was a very interesting thing, because most people say that she needs a nerf and not a buff, so I don't know really what they're going with on this, but you know, maybe it'll listen out, maybe it'll even out, I don't know. Maybe it'll somehow just even out when all the other characters get a buff, and it will just make it a faster paced game. So another thing I do want to talk to you guys is about Overwatch in a general sense, is because they did want to make Overwatch a slower paced game to where ults aren't running everything and that you can counter them with just basic skill. So one of the things that I saw on this was basically saying how they did want to do this, and I was just rather confused on that, because in the fact that they do have a pretty decent amount of things, I do also see the fact that ults are basically what holds the game together in that sense. What I mean by that is not that the only reason people play this game are for the ultimates, it's just that in this game, ultimates are very helpful and will help you in a general sense become better adjusted to certain situations. So if you have 300 health and you pop your ult off as the Winston character, you gain up to 1,000, meaning that you just not only doubled your lifespan, you tripled your lifespan, meaning that you'll be able to do much more and adjust to that situation. So anyways, so let's just talk about some of the other ultimates. So the reason why I said they wanted to make the game slower is because they increased overall ultimate time by 25%. They increased Mei's by a whole lot more than that, meaning that Mei basically will get her ult, but it will still be a lot longer, but still a lot shorter than other characters, meaning that she'll be more well adjusted and ready for use in combat. So let's just talk about some other things about Mei. So right now I just switched to Mei because we need to defend and it's really close to the thing. So let's just talk about why Mei is such a good counter, or why a stun would be such a good counter. You cannot put your walls up. Honestly, you couldn't do anything like your two special moves, and what I mean by that is shift and E. You couldn't do either of those two, meaning basically that you'd be useless in the device of a battle. When I say useless, I do want to say that with some caution, because you would not be completely useless, you would just be a lot less useful. So one of the things that I noticed that a lot of people were complaining about is some of the ultimates just really taking too long to get that shouldn't. So one of the things that I want to talk about to you guys is, if you guys are ready for that, if you guys want that type of style, I guess, or if you guys do not, because if you do, then I think that is a good thing. I mean, I'm not too hard against it, but I'm not too friendly with it. And what I mean by that is, I could understand why they would put that in, but I don't know if I'm ready for them to put that in, because while they do kind of have a nice sense of playing to them, I guess, they really do like have just a weird feeling around them. Another thing that's been circling the web is that Symmetra's new skin got whitewashed, and I don't know about that. I think that is just kind of stupid to say, and the fact that like that she was black and now she has a white skin, it's stupid because it was meant as a vampire skin. And it's very evident in this, it's very evident. If you didn't know that by paying attention, she has red leggings, black leggings, and basically they're trying to make her gun basically like a life leech type thing, but it doesn't change it at all. So don't be worried if you get into a game. So anyways, though, that's basically what I was trying to be, and that's another thing, guys, is that you just gotta understand people are gonna complain about, but you know, I mean, honestly, it wasn't really that big of a deal, I didn't think. But anyways, guys, that's gonna basically do it for this update, but let me just update you on some things about the community of this channel, where I want to go, and where basically we plan on going in the future. So me, Bacon, and Ray have been pretty decent friends over the long period of time, over at least a 1.5 year time span, so let's just bring that back to play, though. So what we wanted to say in a general sense is that since we are uploading these YouTube videos differently, does not mean that we're not okay with each other. We are perfectly fine. We've had this channel only for a little bit, so yeah, we do play different types of games, though, on a fairly decent base, though. I usually play FPS games. I like those FPS construction games where they take skill and they're kind of competitive. I just like those types of games. I like Counter-Strike and